But like you would want to be a kid again?
Yes.
So weird. But I feel like, is that because you haven't lived enough?
Yeah, probably.
Hey everyone, it's Big Sis.
And Lil Sis.
Let's discuss while we paint today. So today we're going to talk about what it would be like if we swapped each other's lives at this point in our lives and at our ages.
Because once again, now that we've calculated, we have a 12-year age gap. If you watched... Sorry.
No, go.
Okay. If you watched our first video, you'll know that we don't know how to do math. And we said that when we said that it was 13 years, but it wasn't. It was 12.
If you haven't seen the first episode, why are you here at this one? Please go back.
What are you doing?
Yeah, thank you.
What's wrong with you?
Anyway, this is what we're going to be painting. Mel will show you.
I'll put it here. We're going to be doing a little frog, and I'm going to be doing my bow pink because that's my favorite color.
I think, okay, so it has like, you see it has like the pink and the green on it. Mel's going to keep hers pink, and I'm going to make mine blue because blue is my favorite color.
Yeah.
Okay. So first we need to get our little paints.
So we need green?
Yeah. I like that green, but you can use that green too. Okay, so put it in there.
But I kind of want to
You're going to make it lighter. Yeah.
Okay.
So right now Mel is 17, and she's in high school. And as you all know, like we said in the last video, I was in high school like 12 years ago, and my high school experience was like 1,000 times different than Mel's high school experience, which is so wild. I think like the first thing that comes to mind, I'm sure everybody my age who's watching this that comes to mind, I would hate to be in high school right now in Mel's age. I feel like, not for nothing, no shade to the rest of the kids in your generation and your age, but you guys are low-key kind of like different or a little weird.
I agree though.
And just like maybe a little more like mean and judgmental than we were. Like our generation, like we had bullies, obviously. Every generation has bullies, but I feel like our bullies were like, you just knew there were bullies. I feel like there are a whole lot more like mean girl type energy.
It's the majority now.
Yeah, and I just don't like it. Like it's so scary, and I feel like the boys are kind of like that too. But you know, that's like my first thing that I would be most nervous about. Swapping lives with Mel. I think that would be like very stressful for me.
Sorry to interrupt, but we don't have red.
Huh. Please hold. Okay, we're back, and I got her red paint.
Yeah, so honestly, I have a completely different take on it because I mean it's a completely different era that you grew up in. I would love to swap lives, like back into that time, like growing up in that time. I feel like
no, the life swap is like you now, like
you right now.
Yeah, you take over my life now. You don't get to go back into my life.
I want to.
That's not how it works. No.
Okay. Honestly.
Also, wait. Sorry. Sidebar. We're gonna have to outline our little froggy first because we're not Picasso.
Okay. Yeah. So if I were to swap lives right now, I feel like I like your generation.
No, girl.
No, I know, but like your generation of people, like you're still the generation of people that grew up.
Girl, I mean, like, you're doing this philosophy business again. I can't. Like, I mean, like, you know how it's like, okay, you're in school right now. If I swapped your life, I would be going to high school.
And if I...
So what part of my life... There we go. We got it now.
Oh, wait.
The only reason why I brought in the generation thing is because I would be in high school.
Oh, true. Okay.
I'm trying to explain why that would be nervousing for me.
Honestly?
Nervousing? Is that even... That's not a word. Why that would be... Why that would make me nervous?
I really like how you travel a lot. So if I life swap, like that would be a lot of fun because I feel like I'd just be, as we said before, she world toured 2024.
Indeed,
so
I did.
That would be super fun. I just feel like the way that you live your life compared to other people your age is a lot more...
It's a little more free, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit more free, which I like because like you don't hold yourself back from doing anything. But I would love to travel the world. Like this girl she'd be everywhere. I would have loved to go to Disney World. You have your life very put together.
Thank you.
In my opinion.
Thank you.
That may just be my opinion because, you know, I don't know how it looks to the outside eye, but like...
Well, the outside eye doesn't really know much about my life, you know? Like, they just think, true. Not for nothing, but most of the, like, comments just that I typically get, like, based on what I post, which is mostly about my travels. I don't post a lot of personal goals or, like, too many, like, personal things that I want to accomplish on the internet until they've already been accomplished. Just because, like I said, I believe in evil eye, and some people are kind of weird. you know?
True.
So people just think I party and I travel and I drink a lot. I don't drink unless we're having like an occasion. Otherwise, I just drink a whole lot of water. And when I'm home, I don't go anywhere except for work. I stay home or I'm at your house.
True. But yeah, no, I think like that'd probably be the main thing, like travel and like the way you live freely.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you're just like you're very smart when it comes to like
Share the
finance, in my opinion, which I also admire. Why is this turning into something about
admiring
talking good about
me?
you?
Oh my god!
Let's go and start talking about the people in my high school.
No, but I'm just okay. But that's just because, like, you know, I didn't. Okay, my mom, she's a single mom, and ever since I was like super young, our aunt, she moved to New York, like my mom's older sister, and she would go to New York all the time, driving back and forth before she finally moved there permanently. I would go with her. I'd be her travel buddy. I would always go with her, and then I would spend summers in New York from, I want to say, like grade like 3 to like 7. Every time she would go for the summer, and go with her to New York and spend the entire summer there and literally do my school shopping in New York and then come back home
it's
and
funny
go
because
right to school.
I carried that on. Like I kept doing that after you stopped.
Yeah, but like doing that with my aunt, like I was so like I love New York. New York is like my second home. As I got older, I had to find a way to do it on my own and to ask my mom that, you know, take care of us and take care of everything else, and then ask her for leisure money to go to New York. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So I actually got my first job secretly behind my mom's back because she really didn't want us to work. You know, I was 14 when I started working. You know, I just started high school, but I was going to school and then working full time every single day from 4 to 12. And at that time, at 14, if you were under 16, you wouldn't get paid minimum wage.
Yeah.
I was getting paid $9.60 an hour.
Crazy.
Just to bring back to the point about my finances, like I've been working forever and always working to like be able to do what I want to do and to also help my mom. Like as I got older and like into high school and into university, I started like helping my mom with the bills and like helping her do grocery and all that stuff, which was good because like it gave me a lot of responsibility. That's why like when Mel was just starting high school, like you see, it's different for her. Like my mom didn't want me to go to work also, but I still went to work. But her parents did not want her to work at all, and still didn't want her to work. It's just she got her job because she was in co-op and then they hired her. That's why they let her stay on. Plus it's in line with her career goals, right? I was working at McDonald's, by the way. I'm not downing McDonald's. I love McDonald's and I recommend to anybody to work at McDonald's because every single person I've ever got an interview for every job that I did get always asks me about McDonald's.
Yeah, back to your finances. I honestly,
where's my
so as we spoke about it before in the last video, she also went through like a layoff at the beginning of the year. I just think like she's still been very responsible with her finances. Like, and a lot of people don't have that quality, like to be able to be smart about things. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You know
I know.
But
it's because like I don't spend money on things that like I don't want to do or don't really need. Like,
yeah.
But I mean, to everybody else that might seem that way, but nobody knows like the details of my finances, right? Like
as they should though, right?
Yeah, like I'm good. Oh my god, maybe that's what I would have loved to do in high school at like a life swap.
Yeah.
Because like I used to have to hide my mascara, like even just mascara, not even like nothing else, just mascara. I have to hide my mom's mascara, not even my own, and put it in my backpack. But yeah, I think it would have been cool to have more expression in high school than I did. I mean, I had expression like through my clothes, but in like, oh god, my high school clothing era was just like tragic. I wish I had more style in high school like you do. Like
I feel like sorry to interrupt you, but
no, that's fine.
I feel like makeup wise, it was introduced at a younger age. I
don't think it was introduced at a younger age. I just think
it became normal, more normal through my high school. When I started high school compared to when you were in high school. It was like wrong for you to wear makeup at such a young age.
I don't think it was wrong. There was girls in my school. No, there was girls in my school that would wear makeup.
Just
like,
not normal.
Like heavy makeup, like I wear now. But I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, so I had to hide and wear my mascara and my powder, like the MAC powder. You guys know the compact MAC powder. That's so cringe. If we swap now, I think I would be like happier in high school because like you have so much confidence that I lacked. Like I don't think I got my confidence like truly until like my late 20s, which is so wild. And I feel like you really own who you are and you have like so much confidence, and I couldn't do that in high school. Like that was so stressful for me.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's nothing else about my life that you like except my money and my travel? No, wait, I have something else.
I like how independent you are, and I like that, I don't know what the word it is, but what the word is. Yeah, I like that you're independent. Like you do not, I want it like you don't not want help, but like you are able to do everything for yourself. Like if you were left stranded on an island, God forbid, but if you were, like, you would be able to take care of yourself with no help. And I like that because I feel like, especially in the world we live in today, I feel like not a lot of people are that independent. I don't know. I feel like maybe that's just my generation, but like then again, we're young. And when like everybody older than you will always be like, enjoy being a kid because when you grow up, you're gonna want to go back.
I mean, I don't want to go back.
Well, like you want to go back to not having
Well,
stress
I feel
and
like
bills and like
well, yeah, I guess, but
the bad things. I guess.
I mean, having bills is like not great, obviously.
But, like,
however, I feel like I would never want to go back. But I think that's just because like we enjoyed our youth. Our parents didn't enjoy their youth. Like they had kids like super young. Like my mom had me when she was what 23.
It's not that young.
In comparison, I'm 29.
I guess.
Girl.
I guess. Yeah.
I ain't got no kids.
I know. But like
But like I had the opportunity to just enjoy my life and travel, like do all the things that I want to do. They didn't do those things. They had kids super young. My generation got to normalize like not having kids too soon. I mean, there was a lot of us that did have kids soon. I'm not one of them, obviously. But we got to enjoy our youth. Like we got to go out, we got to hang out, we got to make mistakes, travel, see the world, do those things. And our parents just, they grew up and their entire adulthood consists of having a family or raising kids. My entire adulthood includes me doing whatever the hell I want for myself.
That's true. But like back to the life swap talk. I just would you want to life swap with, I know this is about us, but to put it into perspective, would you want to life swap with like a 4-year-old? Like a 3-year-old? Like you have no care in the world. Like you're just a kid.
No.
No?
No.
You wouldn't.
I feel like
you love your life.
I do.
Okay, that's good. I'm not telling you to not love your life. I love your life too.
No, I like when you were talking about high school in like the first video and how I said like our high school like experiences were like totally different. I couldn't wait to get out of high school. I never sit down and I'm like, oh my god, high school was this, high school was that. Like, don't get me wrong, I had the most amazing friends in high school. I made really great connections in high school, and I loved all the people that I met in high school and that I still keep in contact with today, which I think is absolutely beautiful because the fact that we still do keep in contact and we get to see like each other's lives blossom, I think is really beautiful. But I would never want to go back to high school. I mean,
That's crazy.
Are there things that I would have wanted to change a little bit that I did in high school? Yes. However, also no, because I'm a big believer in, every choice and decision you make builds your character to be who you are today. And I would never want to change that.
That's good.
But yeah, I would never want to go back to being younger.
Really? I've never heard of that before.
I know. I think like as you get older and you kind of just like understand yourself and you grow into who you're supposed to be and you really start appreciating like what's in front of you, you kind of also gain that appreciation for what was and not needing to live in that past. I feel like if you're not happy with your right now, that's when people kind of live in the past.
That's true. I never thought of it like that, honestly.
Yeah. I just really love where I am. No matter how hard it gets or like any pain that I feel in those moments, like in those moments, it's easy to be like, oh my god, I wish I never did this, or I wish I could go back, or I wish I could redo it. I still love living in those moments. Obviously not in those moments, but like after the moments, because I say this all the time, I take no losses, I only learn lessons.
That's a really good thing to live by.
Because if I feel like I'm taking losses all the time, you're just going to end up hating the world.
Yeah.
But if I take my sad, terrible moments
and be
or
like, at
feelings,
least I know this now.
I've learned from it. I'm like, okay, what can I do to, and also taking accountability in every situation that like not everything is everybody else's fault. Like obviously you're in it and there's like another person in it and whatever strife it may be.
Takes two to tango.
Yeah, facts. But learning that like, okay, I hated the situation that I was in, or I hated this argument that I had with this person. What did I do to contribute to this, and how can I change it for the future? And like if you then move forward and be different, and like I feel like you just can't be mad.
I agree.
Or you just, I don't know, I love my right now. Even though like last year was like chaos and like random, so random.
But everything happened for the best, right?
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, and I'm like super happy and super blessed how everything played out.
Honestly,
but like you would want to be a kid again?
Yes.
So weird. But I feel like, is that because you haven't lived enough?
Yeah, probably. But it's also because like now I'm like reaching an age where like,
sorry, you told me I put my eyelashes the wrong way.
She did. I feel like now that I'm reaching an age where like, I mean, I'm turning 18.
No, I was just thinking about that yesterday with Jaden.
Which is so crazy to me. And it's weird because going back to our first video, like how I said at the end, if you watch the end, that I'm the youngest, I just feel like it's weird for me to put that into perception because I feel like
Perception or perspective?
perspective, sorry. I just feel like because I watched all of you guys grow up and I feel like you've been the same age like forever. I don't know why. Like cuz nothing really it's not like a drastic age difference where you guys are like wow, like entering a new era kind of thing.
But that's how we feel about our parents, right? Like they've always just been old.
True. But like I feel like for me, I've always
You guys are not old. You're young spring chickens, good young people, okay?
I've always been young. Like I mean, I'm still young, but like I've always been like
The
little,
youngest.
like very little,
Yeah.
right? Like treated like I was little as I should have been. I was little. Now that I'm like turning 18, I feel like it's not that big.
It is a difference. It's a difference because like now you're like a young adult.
Yeah, exactly. And where was I going with this?
I think you're the last baby, and it's going to be hard for people to get out of that.
No, that's not where I was going.
Oh, so we're not in each other's head today.
No.
The worst.
So now that I'm entering like a new era of my life, right?
Yes.
Like a new age, different things are going to start this year. I'm not going to be in my regular day-to-day schedule that I was following for 12 years. Mm-hmm. It's going to be different going to university, right? And I just feel like it's just such a new part of my life that like going back would be so easy. And that's why I think that
for realsies?
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's not scary. Like it's not like whoa, I'm scared.
It's okay
like,
to be scared.
It's like nervous. You know what I mean? Like you know when you start when you start like elementary school, when you start middle school, when you start high school, it's just new. It's a whole new time of your life, mm-hmm. And like that's somewhere that I am expected to spend 4 years of my life, right? So it's gonna be different. I'm not too scared because I know I've like learned over the years that like I'm not the only one nervous. Everyone is nervous, you know, like it's everyone's first day.
That thought helps you?
It does, because I always used to feel alone. Like I used to be like not feel alone like physically. Like I was just like
you're tormented alone, no one else is?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm just new. Grade 9, when I went in, it was different because I was alone. Because most people were already in school. Thankfully.
What the hell?
Sorry. I was gonna say thank God and thankfully at the same time. Thankfully, for my friend, she is the one that got me into school. And
who?
Jomana.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shout out
Joe. And yeah, she's the one that was like, no, you need to come to school, you need to experience this, you need to do this, you need to do that.
But why weren't you going? Because it was still like COVID?
Yeah, and my parents were a bit scared still.
Fair.
Yeah, and then I was like, no, I need to experience this. My brother was like, yeah, no, she needs to experience it because it's necessary, right? And
it probably would have been so weird.
Yeah, and I was losing touch with the world, being locked up in my room.
Only on TikTok.
Yeah, and I'm so extroverted that like I need to talk to people and I need to hang out with people, and I didn't have the opportunity to make new friends and stuff, right? And like because I'm such an extroverted person, like I need to talk to people. Group work is a big thing in high school, and like doing that online is terrible. I hate group work online. Where was I going with this?
I couldn't tell you. I think we're sharing like one brain cell today. I
don't know what it is. My friend Jomana to help me, and she showed up at 7 a.m. every day for the first like 2 weeks to show me around the entire school just so I wasn't alone. So I know that everyone may not have that opportunity, but like I was thankful for that. It's gonna be scary, but I mean,
when I started high school, when I was graduating high school, I was like really excited for my university experience. I actually applied to like 3 schools that were like far away from home, so I would have to live on res. Mm-hmm. And I think it was like 2 months before I was supposed to start school, I started panicking like immediately, and I was like, I can't go to school. I'm not ready to go to school. I don't want to go to school. And I was trying to convince my mom and Mel's dad, like my uncle, who's more like a dad figure to me. I was trying to convince them every single day. I'm not ready. Please don't make me go. This is not going to be okay. They're like, it's fine. You just need to go. You're just nervous. And I went to school. They moved me in. Frosh Week was cool, as it should be. After that, I'm just like a very to myself person. I don't study with people. I study by myself.
Same.
It was just so wild. Like they just kept partying. The partying never stopped. And I guess for some people that's cool. But for me, it was so stressful and they just wouldn't stop. I started to realize that the program that I did sign up for at the school that I was at was like not what I wanted to do in. And then that also like added on top of all the stress that I already was having for being there and feeling so alone. It was 2 months into school and I dropped all my classes. Like nobody was listening to me, that I didn't want to be there anymore. And this wasn't for me and I didn't need to do it. I think from like my parents' perspective, like they were just scared that if I left school, I was never going to go back. which is something that does happen to people. However, that was just not in like my vision. Right now, it was I couldn't handle it. It wasn't making sense. I was hella uncomfortable. I was really stressed out. I was having a lot of anxiety. I couldn't sleep. I had constant migraines. I was at a 11.5 out of 10 every single day. It was crazy. And I dropped all of my classes. And 2 weeks after that, I finally built the courage up to call my mom and my uncle. And I was like, yo, guys, I'm not enrolled in school anymore. You're going to have to come pick me up. They were like, what the hell? And I was like, yeah, please don't hate me. And like that transition from them picking me up and moving me back home was like really hard. They were like, whoa, my God. My mom was a little more understanding. My uncle was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you need to be in school. And I was like, I just need the year to figure out what it is that I want to do and figure it out. And then,
which helped you.
It did. It really did help me. I just worked all year. I traveled a little bit, not too much, because I was also saving money to pay for school because I didn't want to only take student loans or like government help, OSAP. I wanted to pay for school because I'm not in the business of being in debt, which worked out in my favor, by the way. I only had $7,000 worth of, oh my God. What the hell is that?
I don't know. I don't even want to show them. It's just, no.
But yeah, I did what I had to do. I was working at McDonald's and I was working at Harry Rosen, which was, it's a high-end men's clothing store. I got a job at a bank, which started in 2017. And I just really loved being in the financial institution. I thought it was like really fun. I had a good time at the branch on the front line. And then I just kept learning and progressing and, you know, moving forward. And I ended up staying with them until I got laid off. Obviously, I didn't stay in the branch for all that time. I was a business analyst by the time I left. Now I'm a trying to figure it out, girly. I'm lying. I want to be a BA. I love the BA work. One thing about me is I need to keep learning all the time. If I'm not learning all the time or I'm not being challenged all the time, I need to be 100% invested in everything that I do. So if I feel like I'm like not to par, then I'm not going to be enjoying it. You're not going to get my full attention. You're not going to get 100% of my like abilities. But yeah, that's why I asked if you were like scared to go to school and like if like that comforts you, because I was scared and I still went to school and then that turned out like wild for me.
It's like I know there's some people that have like a big fear, like when they get super scared and then it like stops them from continuing what they want to do. But I'm not like that, but I am nervous like to start new things, but like yeah, I'm excited, but I'm scared, but it's fine.
I think the life swap is a little hard for me because, like I said before, like I don't know. I really like. I know it's all hypothetical, but like I just don't want to be a kid again.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a teenager again. I mean, obviously, I wish I had the knees I had when I was a teenager.
But I don't wish for the back pain. But yeah, I don't think I really have much else to say about that one.
Me too. My frog still looks like Kif. Mel's frog looks like that purple Pokemon. My frog looks like Kif, which is fine. However, yours.
Who is Kif?
Okay. Okay, so maybe let's just kind of go back to the life swap. Oh, God. I actually would not want to life swap with you right now. You're still doing exams. But it's funny that I say that. I don't like being tested, but I do love school. I forgot to mention it in the first episode. Like last year for 2024, I did a certificate program, accelerated a certificate program for coding, data analytics, and that was so much fun for me. Like I learned so many things. Coding is like the most insane world, and I really love that. And I love going to school, but the testing part is like the worst. And but we also had a lot of group work. I don't like group work.
I don't dislike group work. It's just I just hate working with. Not hate. I
don't like group work in like a school setting. I loved group project works, like project management work that I did with my my last company.
Oh my God, you know what I hated, or what I hate in school that they do? Pick your group for you.
Well, that's just to get you to like be able to work.
People
not talk to new people. Like in the workforce, you don't get to choose who you work with all the time, right?
I know, but like it's just different when some kids are. I don't know. Like, what if they pick the worst kid in the school for you? Like the worst, as in like they don't do anything.
It's that one person in that group. Like maybe your style of group work with other people inspire people to actually do work. You'd be like, okay, guys, we'll like do this part, do this part, do this part, and then we can come together and discuss it. I think that's also what I loved about my job. I'm a big developer. Like my manager from the branch that I was working at, he honestly was like, he is still such a big mentor, even though like I stopped working with him after the branch, you know, like teaching me new things that were like outside of my job requirements. He's like, my job is to make you better than myself.
I love manage. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. Like, you're not supposed to be just sitting there like a top boss. Like, you're supposed to be teaching still. Like, you're at that level because you were here once.
Yeah.
You know, like, you need to, like, let everybody have the opportunity to at least try to reach that level one day, you know?
Yeah.
But how will they know?
That really just changes your perspective on how you want to interact with people too, right? And like after I left the branch finally and went into my lead role, told that to my team. Like I had a team of like 30 people, and I was telling them like, we do handle a lot of casework here, so tell me what it is that you need from me to do better or be better. Like how can I support you better? And I think that's like so important.
It's cool that you started talking about that, because right now I'm in a business leadership course, and that was one of the main topics, like managers versus leaders, how important it is that you're being a leader. And like you're not just there, you're not just in that position to be like, do this, do that, do this, do that, and then go home, you know what I mean, or work this, do this, work this, do this, and then go home. Like, no, like you're there to learn as well. Like honestly, I'm trying to think about your life. And like right now your life is really consisting of like you. Yeah.
Dang, I'm like so boring.
No, you travel. Like you travel. That's like the fun part of you. Like obviously you're funny sometimes, but sometimes.
I think our life swap is a little hard because even though we're so different in age, pretty similar in like the things that we like. And I wonder if that's just because, you know, you grew up with me and you kind of like just take into consideration the things that I like. Like we like to paint, we like to watch movies, we like to just hang out. We don't do anything terribly different. The only thing that's like significantly different is because we have an age difference.
Yeah.
And, like you can't go out and you don't drink and like stuff like that.
But that's like a regular age difference.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing like drastically different between us.
I think that's why like we wanted to start doing this, was to show that even though like you may have siblings or like cousins that are like younger than you
or much older.
Yeah. It's very, first of all, what do you mean by much older?
Much older.
Maybe this YouTube video will show you that you should stop hanging out with them so much.
Oh.
Or it'll show you that it's really not hard to find similarities to do with your younger cousins or your older cousins. You just have to be open to like try to do what they like to do. But I'm also, like I said, I don't want to use the word boring again, but it is what it is. But like, I like low-key activities. Like I used to do all those things, like obviously not with her because she's a teeny tiny baby. You want to call me old age.
We like the same things, as in like sitting down and doing nothing is fun.
That's like our love language.
Yeah, like we love it. And it's funny because that goes through with all of our cousins as well. We're not like the type to be like, yeah, let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there. You know, like we're like, let's just chill. Let's just sit down. We like to sit down.
We just like to be around each other.
This is what we consist of when we hang out. Like when we say, okay, let all the cousins hang out, let's all go to Mel's house or whatever. We go into one room. We all pile on the same queen-sized bed. We all sit down, yell at each other that we don't have enough space, and then still sit on top of each other, and then can't breathe, and then fight and throw each other around out of love. And then we just sit there. We just sit there and we scroll on TikTok, or we just talk. Like we don't need a lot to stay occupied or have fun. Like
we're very low maintenance people.
Low maintenance. Like sometimes we'll have like the odd occasion.
But I think we're also blessed to have like such good relationships with each other.
Yeah.
Families are a really big thing for us.
How'd you paint so in the lines like that?
Because I might be Picasso.
Are you a chicken?
No.
Picasso.
Okay, but why are you doing it so like unneat?
Why are you so rude? Just give me a second.
You guys should help us think of things or ask us questions. If there's a topic that you have with your younger sibling or your older sibling that you don't know how to bring up and you want to talk to, or you want to figure out like how you can talk to them about it, maybe that's something that we can do for you, or like show you how to do it. We have zero filter. We talk to each other about everything.
Yeah.
You know, with such a big age gap, I am one of the cousins, but I also feel like one of the adults. I am one of the adults.
Yeah, you're
what
old.
am I saying?
I told you this already.
Okay, all right. But I just love that I foster that environment. Sorry, foster. Why did you do that?
Because it scared me.
What? that I foster that environment or that type of energy for them, that they feel comfortable to talk to me about things. And I think that's really important for me also, because I would hate to not be able to be there for them.
Yeah.
And that they would feel scared to not tell me something, especially as they get older and they try new things. And, you know, I want to be able to be there for them because I've had a handful of experiences or tons of experiences that I would love to be a part of for them. I'm sure there was a lot of experiences that I have that I didn't have someone to talk to about it, or I was scared to talk to somebody about it because there would have been some sort of judgment, or I was scared to get in trouble. I like that her and I are able to talk about those things, and you know, I can be there for her and she doesn't have to feel like afraid or like she doesn't have anyone to talk to. I feel like you should agree with me more.
Yes. I super agree. I do. I don't know. I feel like I take it for granted too much that like I have such a good support system. It's crazy because we have so much.
So cute. Look how cute it's turning out, guys. Look how cute. Aww.
It's a hater.
I was gonna ask you if you think there's anything that you see that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis that you think you'd want me to do differently.
That's something I have to think of.
Yeah.
Is there anything for me?
I think when it comes to your healthy goals, and not the gym, because you're good at the gym. Like, you've been going every single day. You go at least 5 times a week, which is really good. But I think it's more about like the eating, getting your eating structure down properly, because, you know, when it comes to your health goals or your fitness goals, at that, it's 80% food, 20% gym. So you can go to the gym 6 times a day if you want. You're not going to see the results if you're still just not eating properly. And I think that's maybe one thing on a daily basis that I'd want you to like work on a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
I bring it to our attention every day.
For you, honestly, while we're on the topic of fitness,
yeah, I gotta get to the gym.
Yeah, I think like she was doing so well. Like she turned into my mentor for the gym at one point because
I did. I had everybody on their health kick, bro.
She was so good.
Noah was going, Mel was going, Matt was already going, but like it's also like it's so nice to see in your groups when everybody's doing the same positive goal.
Yep. And I think that you, like, I know obviously you spoke about it, I'm pretty sure briefly in the last video. She has a gym in the condo. There's a gym in the condo. There's a lot of things you can do at home. I know that there's not a lot of motivation at home.
It's not motivation. For me, it was
I don't have motivation at home.
At my gym, I was taking classes. Obviously, like, yeah, you can learn how to do, like, you can go to 1 or 2 classes and learn how to know what to do, but I'm so fearful, like, ever since I injured my knee, I'm so fearful of, like, hurting myself or working out and not doing it properly that it doesn't become effective. And I really like having that support, like that trainer support.
Which is fine, but if you can't get it right now,
I know.
Then
like that shouldn't be an excuse.
Find an alternative. Yeah. It looks like we're both lacking one of the parts.
Yeah.
She's lacking the gym part, I'm lacking the eating part. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I would change about you.
I didn't want to change anything about you, miss.
Yeah, or like do differently.
Yeah.
Maybe be nicer to me.
I'm so nice to you. In any of these videos, where did it seem like I wasn't nice to her?
I hope you guys know we're kidding.
Yeah, I mean, also, if there's anything that we didn't say or you want to know more about, let us know. That would be cool.
As you can tell, we both love to talk.
Yeah. You see, this is my problem. Like, I'm actually an introvert, and if I don't know you, I'm not going to say anything. However, certain situations, social situations, will make it seem that I am an extrovert. Like, I was just telling Melody.
You were telling me that yesterday.
Yeah, I was just actually telling her yesterday that when it comes to new people, I don't talk a lot. But if I'm in a setting where everybody is awkward, it's more painful for me to be also awkward. So I will start being an extrovert, and it seems like I'm a social butterfly when I'm really not. But once I get comfortable with you, I will almost never shut up. You can ask my best friend.
Yeah, I can also vouch for that one.
Can't even drink my Celsius in peace.
Don't shut up. Nothing.
Okay, guys, we are almost finished. We'll show you our final products.
I'm just adding a little touch of gold. I also didn't add the bow on top of her head because I thought it was kind of weird and it looked like ears, but now she looks a little plain, but it's okay. She's just a girl. She will manage and she will get through life. It's fine. Ready? Oh, girl.
Okay, just go.
Oh, I'm not showing it properly. there's our little froggy creation.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed today's paint and
Yap session.
I'm Big Sis.
I'm Lil Sis.
And come back next time and we'll discuss some more.
Bye.